In the podcast episode, Andrew Bustamante discusses the importance of understanding the battlefield before making decisions. He emphasizes the need to map out the terrain and take in all source intelligence. This involves accepting information from all sources, including those with opposing biases. By doing so, individuals can gain a comprehensive understanding of the situation and identify areas of agreement and disagreement among different sources. Bustamante highlights the importance of analyzing and synthesizing information. Analysis involves cross-referencing and comparing information to identify areas of agreement and trends. Synthesis, on the other hand, requires actively filling in gaps and seeking out missing information. This process allows individuals to develop a more complete and accurate understanding of the situation, enabling them to make informed decisions. The podcast also emphasizes the need to distrust oneself and be aware of personal biases and emotions. Bustamante encourages individuals to recognize their frame of reference and understand how it influences their perception of information. He also stresses the importance of setting goals and having a clear purpose when seeking the truth. By having a goal, individuals can align their efforts with a specific outcome and work towards maximizing human flourishing and minimizing human suffering. Bustamante discusses the role of emotions and beliefs in decision-making. He explains that emotional reasoning can lead to cognitive distortions and influence decision-making. Additionally, he highlights the difference between facts and truth, noting that truth includes beliefs and facts, while facts exclude beliefs. This distinction is important in understanding how individuals perceive and interpret information based on their belief systems. Bustamante emphasizes the importance of triangulation, which involves seeking out disconfirming evidence and refining one's understanding of a situation. He encourages individuals to connect the dots and constantly question their assumptions, especially when their ability to predict the outcome of their actions breaks down. By doing so, individuals can refine their understanding and move closer to ground truth. Bustamante believes that all relationships are transactional, and it is essential to offer something of value in exchange for something valuable from the other person. He emphasizes the importance of understanding others' perspectives and adopting their frame of reference to have productive exchanges. By doing so, he aims to build rapport and create a productive transactional exchange with individuals, even if they may not be open to different points of view. Bustamante acknowledges the challenges in communication and understanding, especially when people have different values and base assumptions. He highlights the difficulty in getting people to align on a singular truth and emphasizes the need to understand each individual's perceived truth. He also discusses the importance of defining key words and goals in conversations to ensure clarity and effective communication. Bustamante shares his approach to transparency in relationships, particularly in his marriage. He discusses the importance of over-explaining and sharing his thoughts and feelings with his wife, allowing for open and honest communication. He emphasizes the value of transparency in building trust and understanding in relationships, especially when dealing with complex emotions and challenges. Bustamante reflects on the utility of information in business and entrepreneurial endeavors, particularly in marketing strategies. He discusses the 80-20 rule and the importance of understanding customer behavior and conversion rates. He emphasizes the need to drive people towards positive outcomes quickly and effectively, especially in the context of business and sales. Bustamante provides a brief overview of the Israel-Palestine conflict, tracing its roots back to biblical times and the historical context of World War II. He highlights the significance of the conflict in relation to the two brothers, Ishmael and Isaac, and their respective descendants, representing Islam and Judaism. He discusses the complexities of the conflict, including the displacement of the Palestinian diaspora and the Western allies' role in defining the boundaries of Israel. Bustamante shares his personal perspective, stating that for the first 40 years of his life, he had his head down and did not pay much attention to the conflict. However, he now feels that the current moment is different and that there are various threats on the board, including AI technology and social media. He highlights the need to set the stage and table for a meaningful discussion about the conflict without getting lost in the minutiae. He delves into the historical conflict between Israelis and Palestinians, tracing it back to the establishment of the Jewish state and the displacement of the Palestinian people. He discusses the creation of Hamas as a political group supporting Palestinians in their resistance against Israeli oppression. Bustamante also explains the designation of Hamas as a terrorist group by the United States in 1997 and the implications of this decision. Bustamante acknowledges the complexity of the conflict and the need for a practical approach to finding a resolution. He emphasizes the importance of validating the injustices experienced by both Israelis and Palestinians and the need to address the generational repercussions of the conflict. He advocates for a two-state solution and the economic empowerment of the Palestinian people to create a path for healing and resolution. He also discusses the cultural mindset of the people involved in the conflict, highlighting the radicalization process and the need to address the root causes of extremism. Bustamante emphasizes the importance of providing off-ramps for both sides to save lives and create empowering narratives for both Israelis and Palestinians. Bustamante shares his perspective as a pro-Israel advocate, emphasizing the strategic importance of Israel as a partner for the United States. He acknowledges the atrocities faced by the Palestinian people and the need for validation of their plight. He advocates for a strong and peaceful Middle East, emphasizing the need for the United States to support both Israelis and Palestinians in finding a resolution. He highlights the need for the United States to invest in a solution to the conflict and to take a leadership role in promoting peace in the region. Bustamante emphasizes the importance of evolving and changing to create a world connected by a common belief in humanity and connection. Bustamante continues by addressing the concept of existential threats and the current state of global politics. He emphasizes that an existential threat is one that poses a direct risk to the existence of a nation or a group of people. He provides examples of historical existential threats, such as Nazi Germany's systematic commitment to destroying the Jewish faith. He argues that the term existential threat is often misused in contemporary discourse, leading to an exaggerated sense of urgency and fear. He cautions against catastrophizing and encourages a more measured approach to assessing potential threats. Bustamante also discusses the prevalence of proxy wars in international relations. He explains that proxy wars involve conflicts between two or more opposing parties, where external powers provide support to one side without directly engaging in the conflict. He highlights the economic and strategic motivations behind proxy wars and emphasizes the need for economic incentives to promote cooperation and stability in conflict-affected regions. The conversation shifts to the importance of infrastructure and economic development in improving the lives of people in conflict-affected areas. Bustamante emphasizes the need for tangible solutions that address basic needs such as food, shelter, water, and education. He acknowledges the complexity of addressing corruption and promoting economic growth, but underscores the significance of economic incentives in fostering cooperation and stability. Bustamante delves into the power dynamics in the Middle East, particularly the rivalry between Iran and Saudi Arabia. He explains that Iran's geopolitical ambitions are driven by a desire to establish a Shia crescent and expand its influence in the region. He highlights the economic and strategic significance of Iran as the breadbasket of the Middle East and the implications of its agricultural trade with neighboring countries. The conversation also touches on the role of the United States as an external player in the Middle East and its interactions with Iran, Saudi Arabia, and other regional powers. Bustamante emphasizes the need for a nuanced understanding of global power dynamics and the economic factors that drive international relations. As the discussion turns to the upcoming presidential election in the United States, Bustamante addresses the potential impact of the election on domestic and international affairs. He acknowledges the polarized nature of American politics and the divergent perspectives on the candidates. Bustamante emphasizes the importance of civic engagement and encourages individuals to exercise their rights and responsibilities as citizens. He also discusses the role of the legislative branch in balancing the powers of the executive branch and emphasizes the need for a measured and informed approach to political decision-making. He encourages individuals to have a plan for the potential outcomes of the election and to engage in constructive dialogue and action to shape the future of the country. Bustamante expresses his support for Nikki Haley as a potential future leader and highlights her centrist approach to politics. He emphasizes the need for diverse and level-headed leadership in the current political climate and advocates for a more inclusive and collaborative approach to governance. Bustamante acknowledges the challenges and complexities of political leadership, but emphasizes the potential for positive change with the right leadership. In a personal reflection, Bustamante shares his perspective on the current state of affairs and his plans for the future. He emphasizes the importance of preparedness and having a plan for potential outcomes, regardless of personal beliefs or preferences. He underscores the need for resilience and adaptability in navigating uncertain and challenging times. Bustamante discusses the influence of social media on politics, highlighting the potential for manipulative tactics to sway public opinion. He emphasizes the need for individuals to be aware of the orchestrated and curated nature of social media, as well as the potential for foreign and domestic actors to use it as a tool for influence. He also addresses the role of intelligence agencies in coordinating with social media platforms to counter foreign threats and protect American interests. The conversation then shifts to the use of AI in influencing public opinion. Bustamante acknowledges the potential for AI to be used to create and disseminate misleading content, such as deepfake videos, and the challenges of distinguishing between authentic and manipulated information. He also discusses the potential for blockchain technology to be used to verify the authenticity of digital content, particularly in the context of political messaging. The discussion delves into the controversial figure of Jeffrey Epstein, with Bustamante providing insights into the potential involvement of intelligence agencies in his activities. He explains that while there is no evidence to support the claim that Epstein was a CIA asset, his access to influential individuals and participation in compromising behavior make him a prime target for foreign intelligence operations. Bustamante also highlights the hallmarks of an intelligence operation and the likelihood of Epstein being used as a reporting source by foreign intelligence services. Bustamante shares insights into the dynamics of sexual relationships in the context of espionage. He explains that spies often have a deep understanding of human connection and vulnerability, which can translate into meaningful and intimate relationships. However, he also acknowledges the challenges that CIA officers face in forming lasting romantic relationships due to the nature of their work and the potential for partners to feel intimidated or distrustful. The conversation explores the factors that make individuals susceptible to recruitment by intelligence agencies. Bustamante identifies financial needs, relationship issues, and health concerns as key vulnerabilities that can be exploited for recruitment purposes. He emphasizes the importance of targeting individuals at specific points in their lives where they are more likely to engage in compromising behavior in exchange for financial or personal gain.